It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything is f***ed. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off.
That song to like a white 16-year-old suburban night is like just cracked to their ears.
Dude, for everybody, man. I lived in the city at the time, and I loved that song.
I was like,
I loved
that scrawny little like kid who was just like, yeah, break shit. I hate my upper middle class family so much.
Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. I'm Jeremy.
This is Whiskey Rant. I'm Rob.
Welcome to the Whisky Rant Podcast.
It's a little crusty.
It's frustrating.
And it's going to be a little bit of a rant.
I don't understand it. I don't know why.
Some sort of injustice.
Anyway, end rant.
Hello and welcome back to the Whiskey Rant Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
Rob.
And tonight we are counting down our 12 bottles of Christmas whiskeys and other spirits that remind us of the holiday season. Rob, what makes a good spirit remind you of Christmas, of the holidays? What's in it? What do you like about it?
It's gotta have like those flavors that are reminiscent of Christmas, yeah? Like the cinnamons, the nutmegs, the like sugar cookies,
Yes.
like all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, for me, it's like a really nice, spicy Oloroso cask or a really good rye cask.
Yeah.
Those two things for me just like bleed Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like to lean towards some of like the other spirits as well during Christmas. Like I'll like my brandies, my cognacs, that kind of stuff. The rums, like a heavy dark rum.
Yeah.
I really like that during this time.
Right now, a bottle that we both maybe agreed on that would be great for a Christmas pour. This Edredure, this is a single cask bottling, 46% ABV.
Yep.
Bottled by Signatory Vintage. We've talked about this independent bottler before. This independent bottler won Independent Bottler of the Year on the Online Scotch Whisky Awards.
Yep.
We've tried a couple of these casks, a handful, 6 or so.
You have like 4 on the go right now.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Signatory's killing it, right?
Absolutely. This line is really, really good. So this is 10 years old, 46%, like I said. This is cask number 485.
I think I got this for like $95.
Not chill filtered, no added color.
Look at the color on that bad boy.
It's dark.
Super dark. Sub $100. Okay, yeah, you can say the same for like your Glenallachie 12-year-old or whatever. But this is like a sherry bomb when like you want a definition of a sherry bomb.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, the Glenallachie 12 has like different casks going on as well.
I guess there is kind of like a version of this at cask strength, right? That 12-year-old cask strength version that they do, the official bottling. Yeah,
they do the single cask strength. Those are really good. Those are heavy. Like you know, this is, you go from pour and play to like a night where you're getting hit with some big you know, some big whiskeys, you know what I mean? So
I think being a bottle at 46, you can give this to someone who's more, you know, palate immature, I would say.
Absolutely.
And they would love it because it is still really intense.
Yeah.
And it's got all those like plum notes. It does have like a nice spiciness to it, a little bit of cinnamon there, and an orange note too, which I really like.
The nose is so thick. Like, does that make sense? Like, like the viscosity is almost, you can almost smell
the viscousness.
Yeah, you can smell how much viscosity there is in this whiskey. It's crazy. Lots of plum, like you said.
It has much plum,
but like almost like baked plums, like cooked down plums. You know,
like plum jam kind of style, plum stew. So the way it's gonna work, I've selected 6 bottles. You've selected 6 bottles. We're just gonna run the list. No particular order. Just some things we like about Christmas drams and our top 12 whiskeys and other spirits of Christmas.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I'm going to start over here with an Armagnac that I have, and it's not necessarily this Armagnac in particular, and it could be a cognac instead, but I find that during this time of year, I really gravitate towards a nice cognac. It's something that I grew up on with my family. We would like cheers at Christmas to a nice cognac, so I found that like I always have to have a nice Armagnac, cognac, or brandy substitute at this time of year.
And what is that one?
This is the Desroses Armagnac, Basse Armagnac. This is a 1980.
What's the age on that?
40 years old. 40 years old.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, one good thing about Armagnac is you can get a really good value at really high age, like a high age statement that aren't crazy going to break the bank. You know?
Yeah, I think I paid like sub $300 for a 40-year-old, which is cask strength at 41.5%.
Yeah, you're not going to get that in other spirits.
No, a 41-year-old or a 40-year-old cask strength cognac. I mean Scotch, even cognac actually, but Scotch would be 10 times the price.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Before we get to my number 6, a word from the sponsor of today's show. Zbiotics is a probiotic drink that breaks down the byproduct of alcohol, which is most responsible for rough mornings the next day. And it's that byproduct, not necessarily hydration, that makes you feel bad in the morning.
Exactly.
Zbiotics reached out to us and thought that we'd be good to sponsor their product. We were skeptical. We tried it. It actually surprisingly does work.
It does work, and it's really quick. Kind of reminds me of like a coconut water kind of flavor.
We tried this. I remember the very first time we tried it. I woke up the next day early and feeling like actually good to go.
Yeah.
After a long rant with a couple beverages.
Doing so, you know, it's part of the job. We end up having a few, right?
You texted me, you're like, I feel good. I'm like, I woke up early feeling refreshed.
Yeah. Drink a bottle of Zbiotics before your first drink of alcohol.
You still gotta drink responsibly, you still gotta pace yourself, you still gotta drink water.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
Zbiotics produces an enzyme like the one your liver produces to break down the byproduct of alcohol.
This is real science that works. No plant extracts, no off-the-shelf ingredients.
And it's 100% money-back guarantee.
That's pretty cool because if it doesn't work or you think it doesn't work, then you get your money back.
You know, it is office party season, holiday party season. A lot of time they schedule these things for midweek.
Yeah.
I got a work party coming up, it's midweek. You know what time I wake up for work in the morning the next day? 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's right.
5:30 a.m. I'm 100% taking one of these before I go to that. I gotta be up and at 'em next day at the office. These are great to purchase right now.
Yeah.
You can use our product code RANT for 15% off. Follow the link down below. Definitely load up for this holiday season for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so number 6 on my list. Like I said, I really like a nice Oloroso. The GlenDronach 15. I mean, this is such a great Christmas trim. You know, it looks like a Christmas tree almost.
It does. It's got the color.
You know, these newer ones, obviously a combination of Oloroso and PX now.
Yeah.
But these ones, when they were bottled back in the day, just strictly Oloroso, what an amazing whiskey this is. Still really good quality coming out of the 15.
Yeah, this is a great bottle. The older one was ridiculous. These are still really good though. And you know, I haven't gotten around to opening that bottle, but it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, like a Christmas Eve with a GlenDronach 15.
Can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with that.
So that leaves me with my next pick, and I'm gonna go still off spirit.
Yeah, we're not. This isn't whiskey in the 6 right now. This is spirit in the 6.
This is spirit in the 6 with this beautiful Nobiliary 4 Square, which is 14 years old. A rum, a good 4 Square is gonna do the trick usually, but a good rum. I just recently bought a new Yarmouth 26 from Valentin Mallet. It's on its way.
Ooh,
I cannot wait.
Excited.
It's 26 years old. I've had 2 or 3 different people tell me it's the best rum they've ever had in their life. So that'll be popped at Christmas for sure.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, the thing about like rums too is like if you want it to be like one of that Christmas spicy rums, it's got to be something bottled by these guys, right? It's got to be like a cask strength.
Yes.
Really like unique style rum. We're not talking like off the shelf spice rum here.
No.
We're talking like really good quality, you know, cask strength stuff.
Exactly.
Well aged.
Exactly. You're looking at cask strength or higher ABV at least.
Yeah. All right, my number 5. I'm going with an American rye. This is the Michter's Toasted Barrel Finish. I mean, this is just a really nice spicy rye coming in at 53.6% ABV. We absolutely love this stuff.
One of my favorite ryes.
Yeah, it's so good. Really like everything that really Michter's puts out. But if I'm thinking like Christmas profile, the rye spice notes in here, you know, like that kind of even like maybe like a candy apple kind of sweetness to it as well. Really good. Really like this stuff quite a bit.
Yeah, no, it's solid for sure. Now I'm gonna go over to my Scotch stuff. So that's not mine. How did that get there? What the hell?
Rob just picked up a Weller freaking 107.
This is a
and
this
like,
is a
how
spoof.
did that get there?
This is a spoof right now. What is happening? I'm being punked.
How did that get there?
Is the mashing drum here? Is Jason here? Someone's punking me right now. I didn't put that there.
You must have subconsciously grabbed it off the shelf and thought to myself, wow, you know what I really want is a tater bottle.
It's a tater bourbon. Why did I do that?
I really wanted to like look really basic on camera and drink 107.
I don't even know what I was trying to get. Alright, so this came up in my bargain whiskeys video, and it's the Lot 40 Dark Oak. This is sub $70, 48%. I love the double. It's 100% rye. I think this is what I meant to grab when I was doing that.
Lot 40, really kind of like a staple of Canadian rye whiskey. Every time someone's like, hey, what's a good Canadian whiskey? I always say Lot 40.
Yeah, and this one in particular, you're getting the most out of Lot 40, I think. You're getting that double oak maturation, you're getting the higher ABV, low price range.
Yeah.
It's the perfect. I will always have, as long as they make the dark oak, I will always have a bottle of it on my shelf.
Nice. Yeah, good that we have some Canadian represented here, because I'm just gonna keep pulling out American ryes. My next one, Sazerac, Baby Saz, as it's sometimes called. This is just so spicy and so good. It's such an approachable pour. This is like the pour and play rye of all American ryes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
45% ABV. I mean, this is just a classic, and I love the bottle design.
Cool.
I haven't purchased one of these in a while, eh?
This
This is an older bottling.
They've gone up in price, I think.
What hasn't?
True.
You know?
But it was a very good deal not that long ago.
I put a buddy onto this bottle, and he bought like as many as he possibly could. He fell in love with it really quick.
Yeah, it's solid. It's a solid pick.
Yeah.
Now to my Scotch whiskey choices. Now, obviously, you're watching the Whisky Rant. You know that Whiskey in the Six and Sipper Social Club are here. We lean towards Scotch all the time. But, we wanted to show some other things that kind of represent us during the Christmas season and what we like to share as well, right? Because these are fun to share with people that haven't really had a chance to try
For sure.
different things. This bottle is going to be making some lists
Oh, yes.
on Whiskey in the Six in the next little while.
100%.
And I chose this over the Springbank 12 because it's available to everybody.
Right.
And you can still get Ben Romick, 10-year-old cask strength, globally. It's phenomenal. It's got the sherry cask influence that I want in a Christmas dram. It's got the heavy kind of like winter warmth that I want out of a winter Christmas dram, right? So it had to be on my list.
Yeah. Ben Romick, vintage 2010.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing pour.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a bottle that I opened up recently, couldn't put it down, just kept going back to it because I'm like, wow, this is like really good stuff.
It's excellent, and it's not really, it's not hot for its age at all. 58.5%. Yeah, you can add a little bit of water, make it go a longer way, but you don't really need to.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. You don't. It's crazy good.
Yeah.
This next one, don't boo me, don't throw tomatoes at me, okay? I'm bringing this on. It's the Macallan 12-year-old sherry cask, all right? I'm not going to recommend anyone actually buy this bottle because it's priced at a point where it's not worth it anymore. But this thing is Christmas to me. It's got that chocolate orange note on there that you don't get replicated exactly how Macallan does it.
It's
like
true.
that house style, that orange, that chocolate orange note. You know those chocolate oranges, they come around at Christmas time, they break off into little sections, whatever. That's in this bottle.
I literally have a video, and this is early on. This is like probably before we even did a video together. And it's a Macallan, I think it's the Macallan 15 or 17 that I reviewed. And I literally like, you know those chocolate oranges that you smash, like, and I actually like mimic it in the in the video. Those are the days. It's too bad what's happened to that bottle, because not that long ago I was in Arizona and I bought 3 of them for $50.
Yeah.
It was the old style, which was like the real old like Macallan 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I bought 3 of them, and I bought 6 or 7 minis that cost me $2 each. They were on sale, $2 each.
Right.
Or $5 each, something like that. Anyway, it was 2 ounce. They were 2 ounce minis.
Yeah.
I brought the minis to the hotel, drank them periodically throughout the week, and then I had the 3 bottles that I brought home. Never gonna get that back.
Yeah.
$50 for such a good whiskey.
That was the time, like, when buying Macallan 12 was just so easy. It was so effortless, because you're like, oh, what do they got? Oh, Macallan 12, yeah, just grab that. It's great. It was
Absolutely.
between 50 at the low point of what I saw, this is US dollars, $50 US to $70 US. It was in that price range, depending on where you shopped. You know, you could get it at Costco. Lots of times for like, you know, $54.99, saw it a million times for that price there. And it was such a good quality whiskey for that price.
So good.
And then, yeah, they rebranded it to this style of bottle. And it's just not the same. The viscosity is not the same. No. The intensity is not the same. It's just not the whiskey that it was anywhere close, actually. It dropped off a lot.
What does still happen is, like you were saying, that the distillery characteristic is still there.
It is.
It's still there.
It is. It is still there.
Right.
It is still good whiskey. I'm not going to say it's not.
No, it's not bad whiskey. It's
but
just
the price
not
has his price has doubled, and it has gotten worse.
It's just, it's not a $150 whiskey.
Crazy to think that that's the price they ask.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
That's up. I'm up again, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna make some room here.
So keeping to the sherry theme, I mean, it doesn't have to be this particular bottling. It could be the Glenallachie 12. It could be the Glenallachie 15, which is a solid like sherry bomb. But the 10-year-old cask strength is, I mean, although I wasn't crazy about the batch 6 or batch 7, I wasn't crazy about them, they're still great whiskeys.
Yeah.
Right? So it's something that I'm going to be reaching to at Christmas. I'll probably go through a bottle. I have a backup of the batch 3 that I was planning on opening soon. Maybe that makes an appearance at Christmas.
Would you say that a batch of Glenallachie 10-year-old cask strength is more Christmassy than other batches?
Yeah, I would actually.
And what would you say?
Probably batch 4.
Yeah, I was going to say batch 4 as well.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah, batch 4. Like, I've done the blind enough times to know that I like batch 5 for whatever reason the best. Or 3 and 5 are like kind of tied. We did that. We did the blind, and you actually picked batch 3 as your favorite.
It was crazy that I went as my favorite was number 3.
Yeah.
Then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, in that order.
Right.
Of most favorite to least.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, the batch 3 and 5 stood out for me, and those were my favorites. But I would say that the batch 4 is the most Christmas-esque.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right. My next one, I'm going Scotch again, of course. Balvenie, 15-year-old single barrel sherry cask. This has just got everything I love about Balvenie. The spice notes. Balvenie really does sherry casks super well. You're used to maybe like, you know, the double wood coming with the bourbon sherry, but just the pure sherry casks, I mean, so nice. Absolutely love this whiskey. It's honestly quite expensive nowadays.
It's super expensive. It's
like,
close to $300 now.
I'm picking whiskeys that are overpriced, but they just read Christmas to me. Like, this is just so good. I love the spiciness coming out of this whiskey.
Yeah, it should be said that these are like batch specific. Like, some batches are incredible, and then other batches are just okay. This is probably in the just okay range batch for me. But I think you have a batch you used to have a batch that was really, really good.
Yeah, this is cask number 11168. I mean, it's so hard to like know what cask number is good. It's not that there's really any way of knowing.
Right.
But 47.8% ABV is the bottling strength of this. Yeah, again, just really nice on those like fruit notes, spiciness. Love the nutmeg and cinnamon you get out of this one as well.
Yeah. Last but not least for me is a whiskey that it screams. This whiskey in particular, just like for whatever reason, the last few times that we've tried it together, screams Christmas to me. The first time I opened it, I was like, wow, that's like Christmas in a glass. Mm-hmm. It's just got like this crazy, this is the Kilkerran port. I'm talking before I even say
8-year-old port.
It's the 8-year-old port from 2022. It came out alongside the sherry this year. And it's Christmas in a glass. Like literally everything you can think of when it comes to Christmas desserts, figgy pudding, nutmeg, you know, that like almost like that fireplace ash,
yeah.
like you know, sitting by the fire, having a nice piece of like pie or something like cranberry pie or you know, raspberry pie, cherry pie even, and then like nutmeg, cinnamon, all kinds of crazy notes on that.
I think those first two pies you mentioned don't exist.
Cranberry pie?
Cranberry pie?
Probably not.
Really?
It should exist.
Raspberry pie?
Raspberry pie probably exists.
Maybe.
Strawberry pie. All the berry pies actually exist, I think.
Blueberry.
Blueberry does.
Apple.
For sure. Apple. Pumpkin pie. Yeah, I've had cherry pie. Cherry pie. Yes. Okay,
Everyone likes to eat cherry pie.
So maybe I was thinking cherry pie then. Yeah, cranberries are pretty like sour, so you'd probably have to like really put some sweetness into them.
Pour a bunch of Kilkerran in it first, then drink it.
There you go.
Then eat the pie.
That's all you need.
For my last pick, I'm going full circle. Right back to Aberlour. It's the Abuna. This stuff is absolutely so good, especially this batch. This is batch 59. Again, spice bomb.
Yeah.
A sherry spice bomb. Absolutely. This is probably one of the more spiciest Olorosos that I've had, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what gets much more spicy than this thing. Absolutely love it. The Aberlour Abuna still is one of the better buys in Ontario when you're shopping at the LCBO. Mm-hmm. I think the price has creeped up maybe like $10. But still, for $110, a cask strength sherry bomb like this, it checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Except for an age statement.
Yeah, it's very good. There's been batches that are like, you know, world beaters that everybody knows about and like seeks out, but always been a good one for sure.
Notice on here what we haven't selected. I mean, you kind of did with the Kilkerran.
Kilkerran, a little bit of the Benromic, but I know where you're going with this. There's no peat.
There's no peat bombs here.
Yeah, there's no peat
And
bomb.
I think for me, the distinction is like peated whiskey is like wintertime whiskey.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like holiday Christmas.
True.
But like definitely like winter, cold weather, peat. But for some reason, it doesn't read Christmas to me.
You know what I think the reasoning behind that is like, these are sharing whiskeys. And if we're sharing with our friends, our family, most people don't appreciate peated whiskey like we do.
That's true.
Right? Like peated whiskey is probably more for the experienced whiskey drinker, for the most part, right?
For the most part.
You know, there are some entry level, like people that are just getting into the whiskey world that like peat, or peat drew them to the whiskey world, and that's fine, but that's not common. It's not very common at all.
Yeah.
So when you're sharing whiskeys with people that don't necessarily love whiskey, you want them to like be drawn into the
Absolutely.
you know, the hobby. So
Yeah.
I picked stuff that I know I could pour for my brothers, my cousins, my uncles, my dad, and they would all like it and appreciate it. Right?
Sure. Yeah, like, am I going to drink Octomore over the holidays? You're goddamn right I am going to drink it.
Yeah.
But am I going to crack it when everyone's around? No, that's more kind of like, you know, nighttime.
Yeah.
Everyone's gone to bed. I'm chilling.
Exactly.
Watching whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these I'd be more than willing to share, because I think there are things that, like, if I was telling somebody, hey, you're getting into whiskey, what the season is, the holidays, these are the ones that I want you to try.
Sure.
Right? And obviously these are like replaceable within the category as well. As I said with the Armagnac, pretty much any decent cognac that doesn't have all sorts of fillers and stuff like that is great to replace that. Rum, same idea. You want to look for your cask strength kind of rum.
Yes, 100%. Right. Let's go back to the Signatory Vintage. What are your scoring on that bad boy?
Honestly, I really, really like this. This is like batch by batch. Some are incredible, some are good. I haven't had a bad one. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give this one an 88. I think it's really good.
I was thinking 88 right from the start. I would say there's 2 batches that are very, very nice. This is one of them.
Yeah.
I would say there's one other one that I've had where I would rate it maybe just a half point higher, but this is as good as it gets from what I've tried. Absolutely love it. Mm-hmm. Really good stuff, great value. If you see these single casks, grab them.
Yeah.
100%.
The viscosity of this whiskey does not drink 46%, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have too much heat. It's not hot by any means, so it does drink 46% in that sense, but it's a thick whiskey.
It's like they haven't taken anything away from the whiskey.
Yeah.
Bottling it at a lower ABV at 46.
Yeah, it's really strange how they've added water to that and it still drinks that thick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty cool.
Let us know in the comments down below, what do you guys gravitate towards during the Christmas, the holiday season? What are you reaching for? Is it like some of the profiles that we have here, or is it like a heavily peated scotch? Let us know. We'd love to hear what you guys think about drinking over the holidays. What are you reaching for?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, well, thanks so much for watching.